All right, welcome back to another GCCe Spotlight. Today we're going to be talking with one of our players completing on one of our platinum teams. We're diving into their mindset, their gameplay, and what it's really like competing at this level. So let's get into it. Go ahead, introduce yourself, name, role, and the team that you play on.
Uh, I'm Frost. I'm the mid laner for GCCe's Chrono Shift.
Okay. What made you choose to get into your current role, and what keeps you committed to it?
I really like mages a lot. I think playing like control mages is really fun. So that's why play the mid lane. I also like to be able to impact different lanes instead of just like staying on an island.
Okay, okay. Throwing a little shade to the top laners out there. Uh,
Of
um,
course,
How would you best describe the playstyle in one sentence?
controlled.
I like that. Like that. What champion, if you had to pick one champion, defines your identity as a player right now and why?
Uh, that's a little hard. I'm probably gonna have to go with probably a Nivea at this moment.
Okay, a little
Doesn't
fraud.
really need to carry the game, but I could set up my team to be able to have them win the game for us.
Has nothing to do with the whole Frost comparison,
Does
right?
not, does not, surprisingly.
Uh, what's one part of your gameplay you feel is stronger than your rank suggests?
Ooh, that's hard.
And
Maybe my,
if you can't think of anything, that's okay too.
uh, maybe my macro. I feel like I have a good understanding of macro pretty well.
Okay, okay. And then on the flip side of it, what's a weakness that you're actively working on improving this season?
Laning has always been my weakest. Compared to other mid laners, I have been playing mid lane probably the shortest amount of time in the league
Cool.
compared to most. So my laning's pretty awful.
All right, all right. So we're gonna go into another section. We're gonna go a little bit on that macro side that you were talking about a second ago, growth and overall improvement. What is the biggest macro concept that finally clicked for you recently?
Um, I would say like taking over an objective or like taking over an objective that you don't have vision on. I kind of learned that, and it's actually helped quite a bit through in comp gameplay.
Okay. Okay. What's one mistake you see players in your elo make all the time?
Really bad back timers, insanely.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Um, how has playing in a structured team environment changed the way you think about League of Legends?
Uh, I think about it more as a team game instead of just like, oh, it's all about me. So like sometimes you gotta sacrifice for your teammates. So
Okay,
definitely more helpful.
for sure, for sure, definitely no I in team.
True, true, true.
What's your long term goal as a competitive player? Where do we see Frost in 2 years, 3 years?
Hopefully higher than diamond.
Okay, okay. So the goal is to keep climbing higher and higher.
Oh, of course, always. It should always be like it should always be the goal.
Okay, okay. Um, we're gonna switch it up a little bit again. We're gonna go over some team dynamics and competitive mindset. What motivated you to even join an amateur team instead of just grinding solo queue?
I like the camaraderie of being on a team. I like having like that almost like a family. It's pretty cool to have people that you compete with and become friends with them.
For sure. I don't know if I'd call the group that you're playing with a family right now. That's probably illegal in a few states.
100%, but that's okay.
What do you think you bring to your team that doesn't really show up on the scoreboard?
Ooh, I definitely say the sacrificing to make my team look good.
Okay,
I
okay,
definitely will do that quite often.
okay. And how would you describe your communication style during these scrims and matches?
I would say I'm most of the time pretty laid back when we're actually taking it serious. If not, it's a bunch of everyone just spitting out random stuff. But I try to take a very laid back approach and let my jungler and my support do most of it.
Okay, okay. Um, How do you bounce back mentally after a rough game or a series?
Um, After a rough game or series, if I don't get up and like walk and like pace a little bit, I'll grab a piece of gum and chew on a piece of gum, and then also try to meditate during like champ select and stuff.
Okay. Okay. Uh, what's the most impactful piece of feedback that you've received from a coach or a teammate recently?
Uh, Recent's like relative, but I had a coach. I used to not be able to sideline at all. Everyone knows about that 0-12 Talia scrim game, you know. Shout out Adong. He helped me really learn how to like side lane, and he kind of had me learn like danger sense and stuff. It was really helpful.
Okay, love to hear that. Definitely an iconic game. Will be remembered probably forever.
There's so many memes.
Actually, that goes pretty close to this. This might be one of those moments. What's your most memorable moment, good or bad?
That's definitely one of the worst moments ever. Uh, but the most like my favorite memories is always like being on a team and like even after scrims, everyone getting together and just having fun playing some like different games together.
Okay.
It'll always be some of my favorite memories.
If your gameplay had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh, what is this? Dang, what would it be? I actually don't know.
Okay, that's fine. We can come back to it. We'll come back to it at the end. Just think about it a little bit. Um, what's your go-to excuse when you die to a level 3 gank, and why is it the jungler's fault?
Um, Actually, it's never my jungler's fault because I would get yelled at for that, and then I would never get a gank for the rest of the season. So it's because I didn't ward.
Okay. Not blaming the jungler, blaming our lack of vision.
Yep. Shout out JJ.
If you could buff one champion you play and nerf one champion you hate, who's getting changed?
One champion. I think the one champion I hate. I really don't like Fizz.
That's the second time we've gotten that.
Yeah, I think the immunity stuff. Same with like Nefiri. I think immunity stuff just needs to go. That kind of stuff is just, I think, unhealthy for the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then a champion that I like playing that I think should get buffed, or even like change. I think Zoe needs a whole kit rework.
What would you keep in Zoe's kit? I feel like you have to keep like the whole like blinking aspect. Or
I really like that. I would get rid of her W. I don't like the summoner spell.
okay, the spell thief.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Okay, it definitely provides for some pretty obnoxious moments.
Yeah.
Okay. What's one thing you want people that are watching this to know about Frost that maybe they don't know?
I am a pretty high level TCG competitor, I would say.
And which TCG are you currently grinding?
Right now, I'm playing One Piece.
Okay.
Had nationals a couple months ago. It was pretty fun.
Nice. And what's your message to other like Elo players to break into amateur leagues?
Just make sure you're having fun. If you're not having fun, you probably need to like look at the mirror. Just make sure you're having fun, and that's the biggest part.
Okay, all right.
If you're not having fun, you will not enjoy it, and you won't get better.
Definitely, at the end of the day, we are playing a game.
Indeed.
All right, that's going to be it for us. Thanks for joining us today, Frost. Make sure to follow any socials. I'll have them in the description of this video for Frost. And stay tuned for more interviews from the GCC League team lineups. These will be posted roughly once a week. So stay tuned. Later.